Imagine if you could implement just one thing in your code and it would block about 80% of all the attacks your application is ever likely to encounter. It isn't complicated to implement, there are lots of resources to help you do it, and it's also likely to make your application run more smoothly, with less errors. You want it, right? Lots of security people don't even see it as a security control. I'm an ethical hacker, and this security control makes hacking into web applications tough. Let's see some examples of attacks so we can understand what we need to fix. SQL injection attacks. You've got a piece of SQL and you add a user's input to it. Send it to the database and you get a result. Great. Some genius, or likely an automated tool, comes along and puts a single quote in there along with some valid SQL and figures out that it can send whatever commands it wants to your database. Damn that single quote. Cross-site scripting. That same automated tool starts throwing pieces of HTML syntax at your web server in the hope that some of it gets used in a page. It'll use angled brackets, double quotes, and a selection of other characters to try to make it happen. Damn those characters from HTML that let attackers put scripts on web pages they don't even own. In a moment, we'll see how this defense helps us with other more complicated attacks, but first, what is it? You give an application some data. That application should have a very strong opinion of whether or not that data is what it wants. Also known as input validation. It's not exciting, I know, but trust me. If I'm giving an application some data, my name, phone number, postal code, a URL, a date time, all of them have very specific formats and very specific characters that your application thinks is reasonable to see in them. OWASP has even got a page with examples of regular expressions that help you validate your input. They make it easy for you. If you enforce that validation, you limit the characters they accept, block lots of attacks, and also get less errors when your application tries to use them. But that isn't 80% of all attacks, I hear you say. You're right, let's go deeper. The OWASP Top 10. I've got a video on that if you want more details. Number 1, broken access control. Lots of this happens because the right things aren't validated in the right places. If a user tells you they're an admin, validate that. Number 2, security misconfiguration. Okay, not much there. Number 3, software supply chain failures. At least some of those failures come from vulnerabilities in libraries that would be protected with input validation. Number 4, cryptographic failures. Not really. 5, injection. Absolutely. Input validation is a serious defense here. And yes, do that validation on the server side of the application. Number 6, insecure design. It depends on the design. 7, authentication failures. Authentication is literally about validating that a user is who they say they are. Input validation helps. Number 8, software or data integrity failures, part of which looks at checking that code and data are trusted and valid. 9, security logging and alerting failures, some of which include log injection, which happens because, you guessed it, certain characters can allow that injection to happen, and input validation would likely protect you. Number 10, mishandling of exceptional conditions, which can be caused by missing, poor, or incomplete input validation. If this is useful, please hit like and subscribe with notifications if you want more. Finally, input validation is not the only defense you want, but using it makes attacks much more difficult. I know because I've attacked lots of web applications.